The existential perspective on violence and war posits that human aggression often arises from deep-seated existential anxieties, particularly the fear of mortality and the quest for significance and immortality. Throughout history, individuals and societies have engaged in acts of violence and warfare in pursuit of power, territory, and glory, driven by a desire to assert their significance in the face of mortality. From ancient civilizations to modern nation-states, conflicts have been waged with the aim of securing resources, expanding influence, or defending against perceived threats. The conquests of empires like the Roman Empire, Alexander the Great's Macedonian Empire, and the British Empire were driven by the ambition to extend control and dominance, often resulting in widespread violence and suffering. These historical examples underscore the existential motivations behind aggression and conflict as individuals and societies seek to transcend their mortality through acts of conquest and domination. Humans possess an inherent desire for significance and meaning in their lives. The awareness of mortality creates an existential vacuum, leading individuals and societies to seek ways to transcend death and assert their significance in the world. For example, ancient civilizations erected monumental structures and monuments to immortalize their rulers and commemorate their achievements, symbolizing the quest for lasting significance beyond death. The pyramids of Egypt, the Parthenon in Athens, and the Great Wall of China stand as enduring symbols of human ambition and the pursuit of immortality. In modern times, individuals may pursue fame, wealth, or power as a means of achieving significance and leaving a lasting legacy. The drive for success and recognition can be seen in the realms of politics, business, and entertainment, as individuals strive to make their mark on the world and transcend their mortal limitations. Cultures construct elaborate systems of heroism and symbolic immortality to assuage existential anxieties. Heroes, whether real or mythical, serve as symbols of transcendence, offering individuals a sense of continuity beyond their finite existence. In ancient Greece, heroes like Achilles and Hercules were venerated for their heroic deeds, embodying ideals of strength, courage, and immortality. The mythology of heroes and gods provided a framework for understanding the human condition and the quest for significance. Similarly, religious traditions offer narratives of martyrdom and divine redemption, providing believers with a sense of transcendence and eternal significance. The stories of saints and prophets who sacrificed their lives for their faith inspire devotion and reverence, offering believers a model of heroism and self-sacrifice. Aggression often stems from deep-seated insecurities and fears. Individuals may resort to violence as a means of asserting dominance, protecting their self-worth, or defending against perceived threats. For example, the rise of authoritarian regimes throughout history has been fueled by leaders exploiting people's fears and insecurities to justify acts of aggression and repression. Totalitarian regimes like Nazi Germany, Stalinist Russia, and Maoist China employed propaganda and state-sponsored violence to maintain control and suppress dissent. The cult of personality surrounding dictators like Adolf Hitler and Joseph Stalin appealed to people's desire for security and significance, fostering a climate of fear and obedience. Similarly, individuals may resort to violence in interpersonal relationships as a means of exerting control or asserting dominance, driven by feelings of insecurity or inadequacy. Symbolic violence, such as discrimination and scapegoating, reinforces group identity and cultural norms. Dehumanizing others can bolster a group's sense of superiority and righteousness, contributing to intergroup conflict. The persecution of minority groups, such as Jews during the Holocaust or ethnic minorities during ethnic cleansing campaigns, illustrates how the demonization of others can lead to widespread violence and atrocities. In times of social upheaval or economic crisis, marginalized groups are often scapegoated and blamed for societal problems, fueling resentment and hostility. Similarly, nationalist ideologies promote a sense of cultural superiority and entitlement, justifying acts of aggression and conquest against perceived enemies. The rhetoric of us versus them fosters a climate of fear and mistrust, leading to cycles of violence and retaliation. In the modern era, geopolitical rivalries and nationalist aspirations continue to fuel conflicts and wars as nations vie for resources, influence, and strategic advantage. The arms race, proxy wars, and territorial disputes are manifestations of the existential motivations behind intergroup conflict, as nations seek to assert their dominance and secure their place in the world.